But you notice there at Black, right? Now, I wonder how old Martiana Busted Down feels about Mr. Rashid dropping in his ex-wife's DM. Hey, this is Sensibility Speaks. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right, y'all, it is about that time. Let's sip some sensibility, shall we? Baby, when I tell you for every 5 and 10 demons that Dr. Melody Cherie Rogers, that's right, put some respect on her name, child. For every 5 or 10 demons that come her way from up under the abysses of hell to come at this woman, child, she get 5 to 10 blessings. It's just as simple. So many of you are well aware and have probably been following the whole travesty with attorney Symone Redwine coming from Melody Cherie. Now, I'm going to play an IG live that I just saw of attorney Symone Redwine, okay, who was formerly engaged to Rashid, and I'm going to talk about that on the back end. Child, let's listen to what she said, and then we're going to kind of back into why she's coming at Melody Cherie, okay? And then I'm going to play a snippet of an IG live. I believe I got it from the Millimeters fan page, and shout out to them. And also, now what I'm about to play from attorney Symone Redwine, I believe that IG page got it from Talking with Slana, and she has a YouTube channel. Shout out to her. So, anyway, let's get into it.
Now, Melody, why did you go looking to start drama? I didn't make a comment on your page. I did not at you. It was on a completely different third-party page, and you went starting drama. But I stand by what I said, which is that this, in the same way that, you know, people in sororities don't want people wearing their letters who didn't earn them, that if you get an honorary degree, that's fine. You're just not supposed to walk around calling yourself Dr. So-and-so. Puffy doesn't call himself Dr. Combs for the very reason. But since you want to take it elsewhere, let's be very clear. You know exactly who I am because your production company wanted to sign me to a production deal for a television show. I declined because of your professionalism and the professionalism of your business. So let's be real. Also, it's real interesting how you be running up Carlos King's butt when you wanted to take this project to Andy Bravo. You didn't even want to give it to your little buddy. So don't play with me. Play with your kids. Now,
so first and foremost, just the whole tone of that rebuttal to Melody, just nasty. But anyway, let's back into it like I said I was going to do. So OMFG Reality TV was showing homage and showing love to Melody Cherie, or Dr. Melody Cherie, because she now has her honorary doctorate, okay? So attorney Symone Redwine, no one sent for you, but you dropped down in the chat and you came for Melody. So Symone says, I'm going to start calling myself a doctor since everyone else is, and I actually studied for 3 years to earn mine, Dr. Redwine, from now on. Wow, okay? And so Melody Cherie enters the chat, and let's listen to her rebuttal. So Melody Cherie, she added attorney Symone Redwine and Keep It Real. She says, first of all, miss, I don't even know you, but the fact that you decided to come over here and throw shade versus congratulate speaks volumes. I don't know if it's because your fiance, boyfriend, or whatever he is being my DMs, but it's giving not cute, intimidated, integrity less than any doctor. Now move around, fellow own colleague. Ooh, child. So let's back into Rashid's and Symone's relationship now. So for those of you who follow Ready to Love, they were on, I believe it was season 2 in Houston. And that was one of my favorite seasons, okay? I'm going to show just a little snippet of that because it's pretty interesting that her and Rashid got together in the first place. And for those of you who are aware and know who they are, they just went through a tumultuous and difficult breakup. It was really hard to watch because it all unfolded on the internet. But let's get back to it. So looky, what do we have here? So you notice Mr. Rashid went to Alabama A&M, and I remember making a mental note of that a while back because I think I seen him with those guys before in some homecoming pics or whatever. But you notice there at Black, right? Now, I wonder how old Martiana Busted Down feels about Mr. Rashid dropping in his ex-wife's DM. Not that anybody owes his old black ass anything, but his old cheating on her. So nobody owe him ish. But you know how bro code and all this shit, even though ain't none of them about shit, right? But yeah, so here we go. We got Marceau in the picture, got some other miscellaneous people. You even got Jalen in the background in black, and you got Mr. Maurice. That just makes it a little bit more messier. So, but I figured I'd just throw that out there. Shall, let's continue.
I was fresh out of my marriage, and she was fresh out of something. So when I saw her again, I was like, okay, now we can see if there was really something there.
True opportunity.
Right.
Yeah, like, oh, well, maybe it's the universe putting us back together.
What made you pull away from Rashid?
I feel like I didn't pull away until, like, the end. Like, once he saw the connection that I had with Kalfani, I could feel his energy completely change.
Okay, who wouldn't pull back from that?
And so for those of you who don't watch Ready to Love, pretty much it's a dating show. You have, what, about maybe 10 women, 10 men. You pair up, and a lot of times you have maybe 2 to 3 connections. And as you get toward the end of the cycle, week after week after week, you get down to your strongest connection. And toward the end, only 3 couples will be left standing, okay? Because they vote people off each week, the people that they have the least connection with, or maybe some drama or whatever. But long story short, Adriana, the beautiful sister who you see sitting with the dark-skinned guy, Kalfani, she ended up choosing him toward the end. And she was like in a love triangle. She didn't know if she wanted Rashid or did she want Kalfani, but ultimately she's more attracted, or for whatever reason, I don't know why she picked Kalfani. I think it was all physical, in my opinion, just lust or whatever, because it seemed as though Rashid was the better pick, okay? Because he was more doting, more affectionate, whereas the other guy probably just wanted to hit it and quit it because they didn't work out. But what happened was, I think her and Rashid had met some years back. They all live in Houston. And he, like he said, was just fresh out of a divorce, and she was just out of a relationship. So the timing wasn't good. So as luck would have it, they both bump into each other on this show. And so they tried to reignite and rekindle the flame because the timing is different. But I want you to check out Miss Thing over here, Miss Symone. Look at her body language and all of this, the faces she's making and all the gestures. My thing is, sister, you hooked up with this guy and he was smitten over Miss Adriana, okay? You were his second choice. Now, I think Symone ended up getting voted off because she didn't have as many connections. There was maybe one other connection, and I'll show that in a second. But, child, the fact that they even hooked up, you know, some may say it's questionable, but maybe not. But I'll jump off into that in a minute.
I'm a chivalrous man.
Child, the camera people and the production team are so shady. Now, that's Miss Symone right there, but we're going to look at a few more of her antics and her gestures. Let's listen, because she's listening very intently, because she was interested in that man. Joe?
I will court the hell out of you, but I will not chase you. I won't chase any woman if I felt that I've given you my all.
I just feel like it wasn't over. Like, no decision was fully made yet. Like, yeah, he might have been #1.
So, y'all drop that in the comments. And is it me, or does it seem like Miss Symone is really relishing in the fact that Adriana and Rashid didn't work out? Because, as I said, she wanted that man. They eventually ended up getting together and getting engaged, although they broke up later. So, actually, Adriana chose wrong, child. You should have gotten with Rashid. Maybe not, because based on the reason why he and Symone broke up, maybe not. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But the brother that she's sitting next to, the big buff dude, the personal trainer, he ended up ghosting Adriana because he came up with some bullshit excuse, wrote her a letter or saying he had to go somewhere to Africa. I can't remember what the hell he said. Y'all drop that in the comments and y'all tell me. But he had a baby mama, a whole girlfriend or whatever. Child, he just wanted to probably get new clients because he was a personal trainer. But in any event, it doesn't seem like Symone's being a girl's girl right here. I guess because Adriana is her competition, because technically Symone was the second choice, because this is the sister who he was leaning toward, because Symone got voted off, you know, the island, off the show, so to speak. All right, let's continue.
That week, but that doesn't mean that that would be every time or forever or the end result.
I was focused on you because that's this type of person I am. Like, I was married for 10 years.
Baby, when I tell you this rabbit hole runs deep, child, the plot thickens a little bit more. I'm going to show you this clip right here, because this brother Jay and Joy, who he's sitting next to, they apparently on a show as well. And they would have gotten to the end because they were each other's first choice child. But I'm about to show you his friends with benefits, his second choice. And let me show you how Miss Symone kind of messily gets up into a child, almost like a third choice. But let's get into it, child.
Come on with boom, you know.
But me and Jay, we definitely have great chemistry. You went into one room and no, shut it off.
You're asking me about a conversation that I have with one.
This is just a very insecure moment. I recognize that I have some maturity to do.
Child, the rabbit hole does run deep, does it not? So let's talk about Miss Messy Symone, child. So sitting on the couch, as I said before, Jay and Joy, they were each other's first choice that season. Unfortunately, Joy had to self-eliminate because her sister got unalived in a tragic car accident. Jay self-eliminated as well because that was the right thing to do, and he went to comfort her. That was his first choice. But as you can see in that little clip there, he had a friends with benefits, a second choice, Miss Winter. Now, what was happening was they were doing some late night creep type of ish to where she was going down the hall to his room because they were at a resort, or either he was going to her room in the late night hour. What they were doing behind closed doors, they grown, who knows? But you know, he had a first choice, old girl, child. It was messy that season. But as you can see, Miss Messy Symone, being nosy, she all in the hallway noticing that he's creeping back and forth to her room and vice versa, and she confronted him in the hallway. Now, as you can see them sitting on the couch, she let it out in front of Joy that Jay was creeping with old girl, even though he had a second choice. The dating show, you can have more than one choice. But anywho, she let Miss Joy know, you know, he ain't all Mr. Perfect like you think he is, child. Not only is he grinning his skin in her face in the late night hour, he also, I think, was trying to entertain Symone as a third choice, child. And you notice how she said, well, you know, I'm being immature and I have some growing to do, or whatever. Insecure, whatever she said, you know, has some growing to do. But I just wanted to play that little snippet just to kind of give you a little insight into Miss Symone, child. Let's so let's finish this out.
With the exception of Tommy, I had the longest tenure of marriage on this stage. So when I lock in, I lock in. But I'm no fool. I'm not. If it's not reciprocated, then I'm going to respectfully give you space. And that's what I felt I was doing.
Ultimately, why didn't it work out?
I think we're at different ages and stages of life right now.
Ages and stages.
Correct.
He was consistent the whole time in telling me that I was his number one, but whenever someone else came into play, he didn't fight for me. And that was something that I was looking for. As far as ages and stages, I feel like if I would have picked him, we wouldn't have heard that.
So you notice that Rashid said that he and Adriana didn't work out because they were in different ages and stages in life. And ironically, as luck would have it, he started a podcast called Ages and Stages, and he and Symone collaborated with that. And I don't know, now that their engagement is off, I don't know if they still have that. But anyway, everyone was excited for them when they got engaged because at first they were just reviewing shows. I think they started off as friends and eventually started dating, and one thing led to another and had a whirlwind romance. But unfortunately for them, it didn't work out because he wasn't a good money manager. Symone had higher standards, etc. But you can do your research into all of that because it's really kind of sad just to see how it all unfolded. It was really sad to watch. But anywho, in closing, you're going to hear Miss Melody Cherie. She responds back to Symone and all of that. But I wanted to just bring it all full circle and show you kind of a little bit about Symone or what have you. But Melody Cherie was well within her right to respond, Dr. Melody Cherie, because she didn't send for her, okay? But you came for her. All right, y'all drop down in the comments after y'all hear this snip from Melody, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Now, I also have another video out there that says Melody Cherie addresses the situation. Basically, her responding to what Symone is saying in the very beginning of this video, talking about some production company and whatever the case may be. But y'all check out that video after y'all finish this one.
You know, OMFG Reality TV posted my little reel from today, and I'm so thankful. I'm always thankful, like, when they repost my stuff, right? What's up, Malcolm? But anyway, so let me tell y'all what your girl just figured out. noise, but I just went over there and dropped a bomb real quick, like on her. Because I was like, who is this lady coming for me? And I don't even know her. So I clicked her name. You know, y'all know I clicked her name. When I clicked her name, y'all tell me why I go to the profile. And her fiance, she was on Ready to Love. Okay. Her boyfriend, fiance, or whomever he is to her, because I don't watch Ready to Love, okay, has literally been